What is going on, everybody? It's your friend Moonhorse again. I'm not reading anything, not yet. I do have some reading to do later on, but since you guys said that you enjoyed my weird ramblings about nonsense, I figured that, well, I'll try to revive the ill-fated podcast that was my podcast. I won't make them nearly as long unless people really want me to talk for that long, but I just kind of, I don't know, I thought it was a pretty cool idea since you guys said you liked it, so let me go ahead and explain. For those of you who don't know, let's start from the beginning. How the hell did all this get started? Well, a long time ago, when the original Neckbeard Stories subreddit thingy, whatever you want to call it, still existed, I wrote a bunch of stories there. I sadly can never get my hands on them again. I've messaged the mods of that sub a few times, but they won't reply to me. I really wanted to get copies of my stories back, but I didn't think I would need to keep copies of them, so I typed them directly into Reddit, put them up there, figured they'd stay. How wrong I was, so I can't gain access to them. But that is how I started getting involved in the whole Neckbeard thing, because I told stories about how I had, well, more than one, but two major Neckbeard friends that I talked about. And eventually, I mean, you can only say so much about the Neckbeards you know. You start running out of shit to talk about, and I was like, I mean, I have stories about shit that have nothing to do with Neckbeards, but it's not, you know, really something I should put on this sub, because it's not, you know, it wasn't my sub. It didn't seem right. So, someone told me that I should, after I made my own subreddit, so the Moonhorse Stories subreddit started because of that. I had enough, I don't know, what the hell is it called? Points? Karma? Whatever the fuck it is on Reddit. Anyway, to make my own subreddit. So I did. And from there, I started writing little bits and things of things that I thought was kind of funny, updating from time to time, and some people started to follow it. And then I was asked if I would start a podcast. And I was like, well, you know, I don't have the equipment for it, but I figured, what the fuck? So I started doing podcasts really early on in the lifespan of this channel. The very early podcasts sound like shit, and if you really want to listen to them, you can, but they're really not good. I was basically recording on a fucking potato, and all the audio sounds terrible. There's no background music. Everything just, it's awful. So, with all that being said, it was from there that I started reading, like, stupid fanfics and things like that I thought were really funny. I like terrible writing. I think bad things are hilarious. Not, you know, negative things, just poorly made things I think are really funny. So I started reading terrible fan fictions and weird shit like that, and eventually I got asked if I would just straight up read Neckbeard Stories from the subreddit. And I was like, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. And that's how we got to where we are today. So it all started with just kind of a fuck around. Like, I was bored and started screwing with shit, and it kind of came to that. I was in a pretty bad place in my life when I started writing for the whole subreddit and started doing all this. So this basically kind of helped me and saved my life. So thank you all for that. First off, you guys are awesome. And I definitely appreciate every single one of you. But it wasn't until I read a couple of stories and you guys were talking about how it was just kind of, you know, the weird rambling is kind of funny, and I was like, well, I mean, I could just do that. It's not my first time just doing that, so I figured, fuck it, let's just do that. And so I did. I had a couple of other experimental little shows here and there that I worked on, but some of them didn't really take off, but the podcast keeps coming and going, because people seem to be interested in it, so it comes back and it goes away for a while, and I get wrapped up in things, but I'm going to try to bring it back more regularly, I guess. And I think at some point I may start, I don't know, streaming while I record, like, to make how can I describe it? To basically make a podcast while having other people's input. So, maybe. I haven't decided on that, but I'm thinking about it. But for now, it's just us, and it's just talking about shit, and letting you guys know what's going on with the channel, with me, and all that other stuff, and whatever weird fucking tangents I decide to rock it off into. Because that happens. So recently, we'll give you the information. I'll try to do these maybe one a week. I might try to record one on Monday nights, which means they might go up, Tuesdays or something. Or I don't really know. I still have to play with the schedule, but we'll try to figure it out. There's a lot of back and forth, but we'll see what we can do. And I'll try to maybe work it into a schedule so that something good can happen. Might try to do it for Wednesday. Either way, whatever happens, happens. So, this is the big update. It is the current date, Sunday the 21st of July, and on the 26th of this week, Friday, I will be gone from the swampy Louisiana weather and the horrible shit from there on. And I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Florida to go see Sango. And I'm going to be there for a while. So Sango and I are going to be doing some collab stuff together. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff together. Look forward to that. And yeah, that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to head out to Florida and be there for a bit. And then when I come back, hopefully I can hook up with some other people around here, get Bubs and some others together, and we'll do some more stuff. But yeah, I'm going on a big trip. I'm excited. A little nervous. I don't fly, but I'm gonna have to. But a little nervous about that. I'll be honest, a little bit nervous about that, but I'll be okay. So, I mean, you guys might be hearing from me on Twitter or the Discord server if I can get access to the internet while I'm traveling. I don't know that I can, but I'll try. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be headed on a big trip. I'm excited. It should be cool. I've never really been to Florida proper like this. Like, I've been through Florida, but I've never been to Florida, like, to the southern part. So, when I was about 18, I went on a road trip with my dad, and we were going to Connecticut. So basically, we drove all the way to, like, Florida, and then went up the East Coast. And that was the closest I've ever been when it comes to being in Florida, is, like, I passed through the very northern part, and that was about it. So, it was a weird trip. But, yeah, it was, I don't know, it was, like I was going to talk about that. Let me finish this thought first. So yeah, I'm going to go to Florida, and I'm going to be there for a while, and we're going to do collaborations. We're going to work together on some stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping she'll be in more than just live streams, but that's entirely up to her. So, look forward to some crazy stuff in the future. It should be fun. I'm going to be posting pictures on things, so probably like Twitter. I technically have an Instagram, but I hardly use it, so yeah. You're more likely to see my pictures if I take any pictures or anything like that on Twitter, because I honestly forget I have Instagram like 90% of the time. There's nothing on it but shit posts anyway. So yeah, I think that's the plan. Is I'm gonna be there for a while, probably 2, maybe 3 months, and then I gotta come back to the big wonderful state of Louisiana. I'll be back late October, because that's when my that's when my nephew has his first birthday, so I gotta be here for that. I'm excited for that too. But yeah, this'll be a good trip. I'm excited, and there's gonna be all kinds of stuff going on. We got plans already worked out and all this other stuff. But speaking of trips, since I alluded to it, let me go ahead and explain this. So yes, when I was 18, I went on a road trip with my dad to Connecticut, because my dad's originally from Connecticut. And we were basically getting him moved back from there to Louisiana. Why they moved back to Louisiana, I don't fucking know. But they did. And we drove nonstop for like 24 hours all the way to fucking Connecticut. We were just going. It was the longest time I've ever spent in a car, and it was not fun. Being in a car that long is not fun. But the one thing we definitely learned is every radio station, apparently, especially country stations, because my dad for some reason listens to just country. Every country radio station plays the same fucking song on loop all across the country. It's just whatever's popular all the time, all across the country, the same fucking ones nonstop. That was the most annoying shit. I hated it so much. But yeah, we drove up the East Coast, and it was weird because like we left Louisiana like real early in the morning. I think we left around like 3 something, and it's hot because it's Louisiana. It's hot. We drove for a while. We stopped at this rest stop. We stopped at a few rest stops, but at one point we stopped at a rest stop just before getting into Jersey. And the last time we stopped, like, it was cooler, but it was still hot. And then we get out of the truck, like, somewhere, like I said, somewhere just before getting into Jersey, and it is fucking cold, like, out of nowhere. And it's just like, whoa, okay, weather patterns and shit kind of fucks with you. So, that was the same one, though. That was the same trip that we got all the way to New York, and I forget what, was it the George Washington Bridge? Might have been. That apparently the fuel filter in my dad's truck, he had this big fucking diesel, decided that is the point where it has decided it's going to fight with us. So we're trying to get over this bridge, and this is like it's like a 10-cylinder diesel truck with like an 8-foot bed, and this thing's massive, so you know it has power. It's got all this power. And we're going real slow. I think we're doing like 20, 35 up the fucking bridge. And I was like, holy shit, man. And you can hear the engine just like real fucking loud. And I was like, how much gas are you giving it? He goes, the fucking pedals to the floor. I was like, we're gonna get stuck on this fucking bridge, aren't we? We didn't, thankfully. We got all the way up and then went back down the other side, which thankfully gave us enough momentum. We made it all the way through, just to the outskirts of Connecticut, and that's when it was just like, I'm done, and shut down entirely. So we had to get it towed, but yeah, it was it was not what one would call an ideal situation. It was a fucking crazy ass trip. So that hopefully will not happen with this trip, especially since I'm not driving. I debated about driving. I'll be honest with you guys, I really did. I debated about taking the old war rig and just going there, but it's like, you know, she needs a lot of work first. Not in, like, terrible, terrible condition. And Lord knows she's built like a fucking tank and could probably sucker punch half the country if you gave her enough power. But it's hot. It's really, really fucking hot. And that's honestly more expensive. With the cost of fuel and the shit I'm gonna have to do, I gotta get new tires. They're not terrible, but they're not great, you know what I mean? It would have been like 3 times more expensive to do that, and it's like, this is honestly cheaper. So this is what we're gonna do. And before you ask, yes, I also thought about taking a train, since I really don't like to fly. No matter when I booked it, apparently there is no rail line that goes... There probably is a rail line. There isn't a passenger rail line, apparently, that goes straight from here, around New Orleans, to right into Florida. You gotta go to fucking D.C. first, and then come back down. And I checked every which way to Sunday to be like, is there any way I could do that? And they're like, no, you gotta go to D.C., and you're gonna have to come back this way. and you can be on a train for like 36 hours. And it's like, okay, well, that's not gonna work, so looks like I'm going to the airport. Though don't get me wrong, I really do want to take a train trip one day. I'd love to go, because I also, eventually, Sango and I want to go visit my dad, who lives in upstate New York. And I have a bunch of family up there, too. And I was looking up, and they're like, oh yeah, you can just travel by train there. It's not that expensive. Bro, I think that's what we're going to do. That sounds fucking awesome. It's just like, that sounds really cool. So I think that's a plan for further in the future. We got plans further in the future for stuff like that. But for now, it's just me going to Florida to see her, and yeah, that's about it. I've been talking about this update for a long time. I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell, I'm excited. There's going to be some stuff, announcements and stuff in Florida that I'm holding off for right now. I'm just, burying the lead, trying to get you guys excited for the next one of these podcasts. They might be every Monday actually. I might start doing these every Sunday night and then doing, but whatever. The point is, I'm trying to get some stuff done, and there are some things that I'm definitely going to tell you after I get there, so you're not going to find out about certain things, certain exciting developments, until next week. So that's going to be it on that front. That's a thing you're just going to have to deal with. There are some other things that I really want to do, and I would love to possibly start working out some other plans for this podcast, but I wanted to give a few updates, let you guys know that, like, yes, I am going to be going on a trip. Yes, the audio might sound slightly different because I won't be in my office anymore, but I am still going to try to bring you guys the same stuff I've been doing the whole time, the whole, all the videos. Still going to read stories, still going to, do that kind of stuff. There's still going to be a live stream every Saturday. I don't know what's going to happen on it. We're working on that. We still have some plans. It's funny. We were talking about that too. And it's like, there's a live stream, and I like to play games on the live stream, so I like to talk to you guys and play video games, because, I don't know, it's kind of cool. And I was telling Sango about that, and she's like, yeah, we have all this newer stuff. She has like a PS4 and some other things, and I was like, cool, we could do that. But at the same time, it's like, she's got a PS4 and some new games, but I still kind of want to stream Earthbound, because I really like Earthbound. And we haven't finished it yet, and it's like, I kind of still really want to do that, though. So, I don't know, we'll have to figure that out. But, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get back into that and do that, too. As well as some other games. She's got some newer stuff, so I'll give some newer stuff a try. You know me, I'm not good at these newfangled video games like you damn kids. So, yeah, there's some stuff happening in the future. Also, before I forget, let me go ahead and give this full update instead of just straight out saying things to be like, at the end of the video. No, let me just go ahead and say this. So, I have been watching you guys at the, specifically for the, design contest. And I see a couple of really good pieces here. I'm really excited about this. You guys are fucking great. I'm loving your art. I'm keeping my eye on a few things. A bunch of the other mods and stuff who we're all going to kind of judge this together. Everybody's going to kind of make their own votes, and we'll figure some stuff out from there. But I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing so far. You guys are really good. I fucking love the art, and it's really fucking good. And if you don't know about this already, I'm pretty sure I, plugged this really fucking hard. But if you don't, for some reason, there is a contest going on. It's a no money contest, sadly. But it is for, like, exposure and stuff like that. And I really hate saying for exposure, because it sucks. And I'm sorry. But yeah, there's gonna be stuff like that, where it's like, we're doing this contest, and the winners will get, there's some prizes we have laid out. One of the big things is that whatever picture you draw will be available on merchandise in the merch store from then on. So, yeah, there's some stuff we want to work with from there, but yeah, I'm excited about this. This is looking really, really good. You guys are doing an incredible job. I am 10 kinds of fucking impressed. And so I'm assuming this podcast, from what I can tell, will probably be rendered and out on Monday. That would be Monday the 22nd, which means you have till the 31st. You've got a little over a week to submit at this point before we have to shut it down. Because on the 31st, midnight of the 31st, we shut the contest and the judgment starts from there. We'll accept no more entries after that. So if you really want to be a part of it, dude, go for it. You got a little more time left. Seriously put in all your effort. See what you can get. So, and we'll definitely be announcing the winners probably on a live stream, honestly. That might be the best bet. But I'll also make sure it gets announced in a video and all this other stuff. But we'll figure it out. Either way, we got it. It's fine. But yes, I am loving your fucking art. It is incredible. Thank you all so very much for submitting things. It's fucking great. I love it, man. This makes me really happy. So, yeah. The Moonhorse podcast is coming back. Kinda, I guess, a little. It's mostly just me talking about shit, giving some updates, and being completely fucking nonsensical, as usual. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one a little short. We're going to end this probably right about here. If you guys want them longer, just say so. If not, we won't worry about it. So, thank you all for watching. You supporting this show means a huge, huge amount to me, and I love you all so very, very much. If you would like to send in stories or the art contest or any kind of submissions that you think I'd be interested in, send it to r/moonhorsestories. I do check it every day, so I will see it. So, yeah, do that. If you want to do that, fucking do that. I would definitely appreciate it. And if you'd like to keep the lights on in this place so we can keep doing this kind of stuff, please do by donating to Patreon or buying something from the merch store. Merch shore? Merch shore. The merch beach. The merch store. Holy shit. And that would be fucking incredible. I love you guys so very, very much. And thank you all for being here. And I'm happy to be back. This is going to be fun. So, I'll see you in the next episode.
Okay, I love you. Goodbye. Bye.